me rough, beat it up, turn me backwards, make us scream louder.
Good evening, Ghana. I'm your host, Katie G, and I welcome you to another episode of Steamy Nights, where we share sexual experiences and advice. This program is proudly brought to you by Comets Properties Limited and supported by Melcom, Where Ghana Shops, and Ajua Otua's Clothing. Now, the topic that we will be discussing today is all about, is it necessary to have prayer before sex? Do you pray before sex? Well, we will find that out.
Me rough, beat it up, turn me backwards.
All right, Sexy, Erica, Maker, let's talk about this. What do you guys think about praying before sex? Sexy.
Hi, I find it totally unnecessary and irrelevant according to the educations that we have had. I'm a 63-year-old man and we were taught to pray before meals, basically. And that is what we did mostly. And other prayers in church or maybe at home, but I've never, ever met anyone or known anyone to pray before sex. I think it's a little bit weird in my view.
Really? Okay. Erica.
Extremely weird.
In all things, pray. God says there's nothing too big or too small to bring before him. So if that's what you need to get it going, I am here for it.
Maker?
Sex is considered more or less like a sin because if you're not married, according to the Bible, so you cannot pray before you have sex. It ain't cool.
But if they are sinning, I mean, don't you think it would be a good form
So
for
you
them
could
to
pray
make up
after
for it?
sex
You could pray after.
and beg
After
for
sex?
forgiveness.
Yeah, then let God
Yeah.
forgive you for your promiscuity.
Oh,
Yeah.
but who says that only people who are not married are praying before they have sex? Even married people could be praying. God, allow that orgasm to reach me today. Fill this room, this house with nothing but love and grace.
But don't you think prayer, I mean, we can pray to God anytime, but don't you think praying before the sin takes place is also necessary?
If you're married, it's not a sin.
Okay.
No, but then that ends up being a conscious sin. Then what? Why are you doing it?
Do explain to us
That's
what
being
you consider a
disrespectful too.
conscious sin.
You know your God doesn't like what you're doing, but you're still doing it with the intention of going back to him and ask for forgiveness because you know he's going to forgive you. At the end of the day, if I'm God, I wouldn't forgive you again.
Really?
I find it as
Oh.
blasphemy. In fact,
Yeah.
it's blasphemy. I mean, going to God and praying before sex. I mean, and demanding things from God because of your own failings physically. You know, might as well take a tablet of Viagra and perform, or give the other partner, something.
But we're forgiven for everything, anytime, anywhere. So before or after, I mean, we're forgiven. They do say that if the blood has been shed for us, then we're forgiven. So
Yeah, but you can only be forgiven a certain amount of times. You can't be taking the mickey out of God, Jehovah, because he forgives you every minute you're committing crimes and doing strange sexual acts. You know what I mean? It
Who
doesn't
said
work,
they were
mate.
strange?
so let me ask you a question.
Whatever, yeah, not prayer, yeah, because you can't go ahead and going around and sleeping promiscuously apart from your wife and then pray every minute and then be sleeping with all the women in the world.
So here's a question for you. Are you married?
Naturally.
Now, has your wife ever asked you to pray before sex?
Over my dead body.
Now, what if she said, Sexy, let's start praying before sex?
I refuse to. I'll find it very weird. I'll find her not to be very normal. I pray
Really?
before eating, that's it. Period. I don't move anywhere. I think it's weird. No matter how beautiful or loving you are, I shall not. I refuse to. It's the heritage. That's how I was brought up in Ghana.
What if it was done in a role play where she was a nun and going to pray over you before?
I don't
No,
mind
I
the
prefer
other
me
partner.
praying over her.
No, basically,
Go on
Eric,
your knees,
I don't
baby.
mind the other partner praying. You can do what you like, but me personally praying to the Lord to
No,
have
but she
sex.
has to go on her knees to do the prayer.
I don't care what you do. You can lie on the floor and pray. I don't mind as long as I get what the act is got to be.
I know where you're going
Now,
with that.
Erica, would you be interested in praying
Nah,
before sex?
No matter.
No.
You see?
What about if you're praying before sex and you want children?
So I think that there are a lot of silent prayers that probably happen when people are going into different experiences, married or non-married. Let's just stick with they're just having sex. And so, as a woman, I may be like, again, like I said, Lord, bring that orgasm. He may be like, let me be the best partner she's ever had. There are different things that we may say that we may not even recognize as prayers, but they literally are asking us to bring something into the experience to keep the person interested or to stay intact. Or, it may be like, I want to be so connected that I feel nothing but excitement through my whole body. So I think that ultimately we do have a lot of silent prayers of one for men. Let me last, let me last, let me last.
But the Viagra can do that for me.
But you're too young to be taking Viagra.
But there's
Why are
always
you
hope.
relying on Viagra?
No, he's thinking of
What's
it.
going on?
He's thinking of it in general. If he did have a problem,
No, but I do not.
if he
need
does have
Viagra to do
a
it.
orgasmic
Okay, here's a
problem,
good question for
and
you.
he's not going to pray to the Lord to make him perform like a giant because it will never work.
No,
Does prayer
it would
before
not.
sex-
But Mr.
No matter how
Q
much
would.
faith you have, if you are sick, and your blood is not flowing, the Lord is not going to start injecting you from heaven to get things moving.
Oh, okay, here's a question. Do you think prayer before sex can improve your sex?
No, it cannot.
How so? Because you just said Viagra, but Viagra is a form of improving the sex. Prayer could be a form of improving sex.
Because Viagra has been proven that when you take it within 20-30 minutes, you can perform. But with prayer is not instant. It's not magic. You don't just pray and then...
It happens.
It
It might take
happens.
1,000
No.
years to happen.
Yeah, so
Your prayer will take 1,000
I might
years.
perform 1,000
The
years
Lord doesn't
later
perform
if I pray.
immediately.
But
Okay,
I
wait a
know-
minute. Hold on. We're going to go to a commercial break real quick, and then we'll come back to continue the conversation.
Team me rough, beat it up, turn me backwards, make us scream louder. Team me.
And welcome back after the commercial break. Just letting you know that Steamy Nights is proudly brought to you by Comet Properties Limited. Comet Properties is the premier private city developer in Ghana, providing quality homes and transforming virgin lands into modern cities within a good neighborhood for your quality lifestyle. Get to Comet for secured and developed plots of lands or for functional homes built for your quality lifestyle. Comet Properties, transforming virgin lands into modern cities. And Malcolm, while we are talking about sexual experiences, we are enjoying our conversation on lovely, comfortable, affordable couches. Proudly brought to you by Malcolm. Malcolm is where the nation shops. You can find all your appliances, furniture, furnishings, household goods, food supplies, and more at very cool prices. Find everything you need for your lifestyle needs at Malcolm. Malcolm, where Ghana shops. Now, I need you guys to remember, this is Steamy Nights. Get on social media and hashtag Steamy Nights. Let us know your thoughts and your comments about what you think of the topic this evening. Okay, guys, so I have a surprise for you. We actually have someone in the studio that prays before having sex. So let's everyone give Dasibre a round of applause. Dasibre, come on. Welcome. Have a seat.
Hi guys.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
You have caused an interesting stir amongst us. So why do you pray before sex?
Well, I think prayer has become part of me because of how I grew up, and then I'm from a Christian home. So I think basically it's because of how I was raised from the house.
Okay, so what are some of the things you pray about?
Well, I just pray for God to see me through, and then basically not have, we are in Ghana, and I do watch videos of people having intercourse and then the thing getting stuck.
Porn.
Maybe. And then, so at times I get scared. So I
Wait a
pray.
minute. You said you watch videos, meaning you watch porn?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, for what
From
reason?
a Christian home. You are
Well, I left home.
Blasphemy.
I left home for
Don't
school.
worry, it's okay. Carry on.
I left home for school. So at times you get influenced by your colleagues. Yes, and your mates in school. So that's how I come.
Praying before sex.
Yeah.
Is it for religious purposes?
basically how I was raised, I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Yes.
So, Sexe here doesn't believe in praying before sex.
Well, that's him. But personally, as I mentioned, I was taught to do everything. Before I start everything, I should first put it in the hands of God or invite God. And
But how can you be
it's-
so
it's-
obedient yet so disrespectful? Because the 10 Commandments tells you not to be fornicating and what have you. And you claim to be a child of God.
yeah,
And you pray because the Lord asks you to pray before you do anything. So why are you disobeying the Lord?
but I also believe I
Because the
serve.
10 Commandments are the only commandments God wants you to obey like 100%.
For a decent life.
As a Christian, why are you breaking that commandment?
You have a point, but
Wait a minute. The
Right.
10 Commandments doesn't really say do not fornicate.
Does not.
So, do not commit adultery. So,
But the Bible says sex before marriage is a sin, does
The
it
Bible
not?
does not say sex before marriage.
oh,
is
Erica,
sin.
school us.
It does
Is there a
not.
pastor
It
here?
doesn't?
Are you familiar
Find
with
the
the Bible
scripture.
already? I bet it is there.
Yeah, it is.
We've always known that from the day we were born, that sex before marriage is totally
It's unfortunate none of us can
taught.
give a quotation, but
So-
It is
premarital
taught.
sex is...
Now, wait a minute.
all right.
wait a
So
minute, wait a minute.
what if we are courting?
Erica, before you continue,
It doesn't
Erica,
mean you should have
explain.
It
sex.
doesn't mean she
Hold on.
penetrates. She should be a virgin.
Hold on, Erica has the floor now. Explain.
So, if you're looking in the Bible, there's no specific verse that says do not have sex before
Are you
marriage.
sure? I'll hold you on that.
Hold me on it. When in the Bible, they refer to virgins, which we internalize to mean someone who has not had sex, someone who has not been penetrated. However, back in the times of the Bible's writing, a virgin was actually a woman who was not married. It was not a woman who had not had sex. And so what we do know is that sex links to connection, and that sex leads to other types of attachments or strongholds. And we see that the Bible has things written around strongholds in your connection in your body, and that you should bring honor to your body because it was given to you and created by God for you in the image of God. And so in doing that and protecting your peace and protecting your body and protecting your spirit, you shouldn't be allowing things that come in that alter your judgment or that welcome in sin. That is why and how the church preaches you shouldn't have premarital sex, so that you have a unique bond with your spouse. Because when a man leaves a woman, in this case from the Bible, he finds a good thing, and that union, that joining is considered a good thing. But there is no scripture that says do not have sex before marriage.
Now, let's think about this. Does it improve your sex life?
Well, I'm naturally strong, so I wouldn't say the prayer makes me stronger in bed. But no, it's not the prayer that does it. It's my energy.
So you're
And
only praying.
my input.
So you're only praying so that God will make sure that your willy doesn't get stuck in a vagina. That's what we are praying about. That's his main worry.
He's
that
thanking God
in case
for
his
good
thing
faith.
goes in there, gets stuck. He has to go to Colibri and they'll have to chop it off. And
Due
that is
to
what
the
he prays for.
videos I've been
Because he's
watching.
been watching
do
promiscuity.
sleep with people's wives.
No, but no willy sticks
Yes,
in any
so
vagina
it only
for your
happens
information.
to people who sleep with people's wives.
Oh,
Really?
People do that all the time. But
Wait a
that
minute.
one you die within 3
Oh,
weeks.
no,
Make
but
it
God will
explain.
kill you.
Explain.
You know, for me, I'm an African man.
Me too.
So
Me too,
I
I'm
know
an
some
African
truths about the earth. You are not supposed to sleep with certain people's wives because they have certain bonds and certain rituals they do before they get married to the women. For example, if I'm married to Erica and let's say I should have kids with her, I'm going to put it on it, don't worry, a diamond ring, and I have kids with her, and Cesar is my friend, and he later goes in for Erica, I could get him easily.
Murdered.
Easily.
To the point of death and walk
Nana
out of
no
court free.
kuno
Oh, you
free.
believe in that too?
Naturally.
Yeah, he's gonna die.
We're proper
And
indigenous,
they-
of the old
The gods
generation.
would actually fulfill
Whatever.
my wish.
Whoa.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question. Can you break the pattern of prayer before sex?
I'm not sure.
Hey,
And what is the fear? What is the fear? What is the
No,
motive? Your willy is going to get stuck in the vagina and you have to be chopped off.
It has become part of me. Yeah.
So give us an example of how you pray before sex. Do it like you're
Well,
doing it right now.
I don't need to pray or like have a special time, but I can just be sitting with the lady and be praying.
Close your eyes and let us hear what you say before
But
you
maybe he doesn't close his eyes.
Okay, so what do you say?
That's a very close.
What do you
Tell
say?
us what you say. Oh Lord,
Okay.
please let me penetrate well or what? What do you say?
All right, so
Don't let my willy get stuck.
Let
in
me
the thing.
last longer.
oh no.
That's
Okay.
what is the reason? Let me last.
Let's listen.
Let's listen.
Go ahead.
please.
All right, so I pray and commit myself into your hands, and then I pray you see me through this act, and then I hope the other party enjoys it. 'Cause, yeah,
But you don't ask for forgiveness because you're not married.
I do ask for forgiveness after.
Oh, okay, so
Weird, I know, but
so after
It's
you
weird. He's accepted. It's weird.
no, yeah.
after
People think it's no. People actually think it's
No, yeah,
weird
weird,
too.
definitely.
But no,
You are not. Well, it is weird, and one act of weirdness turns you into a weirdo. Period. Just one. So you are different.
no. It's
Well,
my belief.
yeah.
I think it's my belief actually.
Maybe if you delve deeper into his other forms of
No,
life,
it's
living,
admirable.
he
Do you have
just
a
be.
fetish?
It's admirable. It's admirable because he can
Everyone
come and
does.
say that he's praying.
Not everyone.
Okay,
does.
wait a minute.
But watch your words. Don't say it's weird because then you're accepting responsibility for unnecessary blasphemy of the
This
Bible.
guy is a
Now let's
naughty
ask you
Christian.
this.
He's a very naughty character. That's a
Let's
very,
ask you this question.
that's a very
Now,
bad boy.
after you pray, you pray, then you perform sex.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel after you've performed the sex? Do you feel any guilt or you feel good? Because one thing I know is you're not married, correct?
Yeah.
So how do you feel? No conviction or what?
I feel great actually.
No.
I feel super great and
why
good.
not?
Yeah, and even wish for more.
Is that part of the prayer?
That's a prayer. He wants God to forgive, but he can only forgive you once or twice. If you keep doing it, one day
No, but I have,
your thing will
He's a
stick in there.
forgiving God. He is a forgiving God.
Thank you.
Amen.
Keep praying.
Forgive
So
him
does
all
your
the
partner
time.
know you pray
So
before
if I'm doing
having
bad
sex
things every
with her?
day, he forgive me once or twice, selling
Hold on,
people,
hold
and then later, the third one they catch
They
me.
catch
Not
you.
forgiving all that.
He will
And
forgive
you know
you.
why you send me to jail? He might end up in the end not knowing, praying over a married woman and fine. Before he see that the Lord will get him arrested, he'll be locked up for 50 years for sleeping with somebody's wife, if not murdered completely. In Ghana, they murder.
God is a gracious God.
Okay.
Yo, you keep saying that. He
So-
only forgives not every time.
Here's a question for you. Does your partner, your girlfriend, does she know you pray before having sex with her?
Yeah, she's seen me once praying before sex. I was in the washroom actually, so I was just showering to come and meet her.
And how did
then-
she respond?
What are you doing? Like, but I was not. I hadn't closed my eye, so my eye was on, but I was just praying. Like,
And
yes,
does
they
she
were
believe
speaking
in
out.
that? Did she buy into it and started doing it herself?
No, she doesn't. She doesn't do it.
That you
Even
know of.
afterwards, she doesn't. Yes. So maybe she does it, but I don't really know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
But
very
does she
interesting.
praise you for doing it? When you've done it, so well done. You've prayed before this act. Well done. I had the power.
She really doesn't know I pray before sex. She's only seen me do it once.
Once. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So that should be a
So
norm to
she
her.
doesn't really think it's part of me that I always do before we have sex.
Okay, hold that thought.
Okay.
We're going into commercial break. We shall be right back. But wait a minute. Look, viewers, let us know what you think about this topic. Hashtag Steamy Nights. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know your comments. Send it to us. Do you pray before sex? What do you think of praying before sex? Would you pray before sex? We'll be right back.
Steamy rough, beat it up, turn me backwards, make us scream louder. Steamy rough.
Welcome back to Steamy Nights. We're getting ready to wrap up the show, but before we do, I need to let you know who proudly brought this together for you. Comet Properties Limited is the premier private city developer in Ghana, providing quality homes and transforming virgin lands into modern cities within a good neighborhood for your quality lifestyle. Get to Comet for secured and developed plots of lands or for functional homes built for your quality lifestyle. Remember, Comet Properties, transforming virgin lands into modern cities. And please don't forget what we have on set for you. These beautiful, lovely couches brought to us by Malcolm. You can find all your appliances, furniture, furnishings, household goods food supplies, and more at very cool prices. Find everything you need for your lifestyle needs at Melcom. Remember, Melcom, where Ghana shops. Now, we're about to wrap up. I know you guys love this steamy conversation, but we're going to start wrapping up with Erica. Erica, so you seem to play both fences. You know, you have that that biblical background. So what do you ultimately think about prayer before sex, and what do you advise the viewers?
Ultimately, I don't have a dog in this fight. If it's something that you need to lead you to a higher performance or to make you feel comfortable in the experience, do it. If it's something that you feel isn't necessary, that's fine. That may be of your mind today, it may not be of your mind tomorrow. So do what's most comfortable for you and then enjoy your outputs. And so for anyone watching, I would just say that, you know, not every prayer is spoken. A lot of prayers are also silent. So before you cast judgment, what are you really thinking before you have sex? What are you doing in the act and what are you doing after? Because it may be a prayer.
All right, back to you. Dasebre, hot guy. Pray before sex. So after hearing the responses from your colleagues here on set, how do you feel?
I feel good.
You feel good?
Yes.
You don't feel attacked or anything?
No. I believe in prayer.
Okay.
Yes. And I know it works.
Okay. So what is your advice to our viewers?
Okay. So what I'll tell our viewers is that if you serve a living God and you think whoever you are having the affair with is someone you have better plans for, as in thinking of getting married, settle, and then have a better life together, then you should start from scratch. Always pray and then put everything into the hands of God, and then things will go well.
Okay.
That's my belief.
All right.
So I'm not taking their opinion.
We all believe what you're saying,
Right.
but now the way we started the whole thing looked as if it's something that's
No, I for one
we are
think
guilty of. You're
if you
guilty
have
of
to
something to
pray
pray,
before you
but now
have
it's all
sex.
turned into. After Erica spoke, I agree that it's norm, and we're all free to do what we like. You can pray before you go to the washroom to have a piss, make sure it comes out. So we are free to do as human beings in this generation, basically.
So, Sexay, what is your advice to the viewers, and what do you think after talking to someone that actually prays before sex?
I give it a thumbs up, and if you feel that, it's what make you happy, you can pray every step you take in this world. You're free. We are free human beings. I see it like that. No offense. Do what you like, basically, I think. I mean, no offense, but it's good to talk about and see. But I don't find it necessary at all.
Baker.
Well, I'm still on the argument. If you feel the need to pray before you have sex, then just don't do it. Because she said there is no Bible, whatever, that states clearly that you're not supposed to have premarital sex. But for me, I grew up in a church. So that's what I've been told all my life. You're not supposed to have premarital sex. And those are the rules of the Christians. So if you as a Christian see the need to pray before you have sex, then just don't do it, because you're sinning in the first place. So
is that your final advice to
yes,
viewers?
don't do it. Leave the sin to the sinners.
But he's not praying before sex because
He's sinning.
he's being promiscuous. No, he's praying just for protection from the Lord. I don't think he's just praying. He loves prayer. I bet he goes to the washroom, he prays. Before he jumps to the sky, he prays.
Okay, so
he prays. He's just a prayer man. He's
let's
a weirdo.
take a scenario.
He says
God,
it's weird.
God is your father, right?
Yes.
Right.
So you take your earthly father. Do you go talk to your earthly father before you bang your wife?
Me?
You don't do that, do you?
No, it never crossed my mind.
No,
I
that's
think it's
illegal.
weird.
So
But it depends on the education I've had. If my parents taught me that I must pray before that, then it's with me. It's what we taught at home. Charity begins at home, and he might have.
Yes.
He might have, and that's so it's
charity begins at home,
That
but he
is- that
allowed
is-
peer pressure to catch him.
Yes, it's all about peer pressure.
Okay,
Whether
sorry.
it works or
One
it
more
doesn't work,
question before we
that is
wrap
how
up.
he's been trained.
Did you learn this from home?
Praying before sex?
Yes.
Whatever, pray before everything you do.
No,
Sex,
I
toilets,
learned
everything.
to pray before anything or everything.
But praying before sex, though, did you see your
Specifically.
parents do it?
No.
Well, how would
You don't need that. He wouldn't know.
I don't know. It's just, you never know. Children
No, he
do
wouldn't
come
know. He
across.
wouldn't know. It's him. If you say, if I am brought up to say that pray before everything, then I'll pray before sex. I'll pray before urinating. I'll pray before eating. I'll pray before going to work. I'll pray before driving. I'll do it every minute, and I do it for everything, but not before sex. It never crossed my mind. I think that's very, very, very. The issue is something. You
It
know,
will
to pray.
surprise you that
Oh Lord, let me perform well.
I prayed before
Nah,
walking
I find
in
it
here,
weird.
and even as I'm sitting here, I just prayed.
Yeah, I've
So
prayed.
it's part
I've
of
just
me.
prayed. The Lord is
I can't
sitting
do away
beside
with
me.
prayer, basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So we are about to come to an end. We thank you so much for joining us this evening on Steamy Nights. We need to say a special thanks to Dasebre, who does pray before sex. Say a special thanks to Segze, who doesn't believe in praying before sex. Say a special thank you to Erica, who is in between, in the middle, do whatever you want. And then special thanks to Maker,
Don't do
who
it.
says don't do
Don't do
it.
it.
All right, so remember.
Happy.
So remember, hashtag Steamy Nights, social media, go to social media, talk about it. Tell us what you think about the topic. Let us know your comments, your response, and see you on the next show.
TV rough, beat it up, turn me backwards, make us scream louder.